Robert from Delagify here, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite movies about accounting, which is Casino Royale. Now there are some accounting-related spoilers ahead, so look out.
Okay, the Skyfleet S570 prototype.
What about it?
Largest airplane in the world being unveiled today at Miami Airport.
It's expired. I'm sorry, I'm not sure yet how much you've lost.
$101,206,000.
I want to discuss how Le Chiffre is planning to make money here. What he's doing is he's buying put options. Basically, put options are an agreement to allow you to sell a share of stock at a given price. So let's give a hypothetical example. We'll say that this airline stock is trading at $110 per share. Le Chiffre buys put options that allow him to sell it at $100 a share. He's betting that the price of the stock is going to dip below $100 a share. Let's say $90 a share. That means for every option that he owns, he makes $10. Why? Because he can go out on the market, buy a $90 share of stock, and then sell it at the strike price of $100. Basically, any difference between the strike price and the market price is your profit. You make money when the share prices go down. This is really difficult investing to do because you have to predict what the market is doing in the short term in order to make any money. Okay, so James Bond successfully thwarted Le Chiffre's plan. The share prices did not go down, and that means those put options don't make any money. Now I have a little bit of a problem with this because there's a term for options called out of the money. For the put options, in our same hypothetical example, he has the right to sell them at $100. If the share price is $100 or above, that option, that contract, that deal, that does you no good whatsoever. You wouldn't want to sell it at a lower price than what it's trading on the market. We refer to these types of options as out of the money. It means you can't make any money off of the options. In this instance, the options just expire and whatever you paid for the options is gone. This is what's a bit inaccurate about the movie. They're pretending like they don't know how much it cost, and Le Chiffre is doing an impressive math problem in his head. Now that is impressive mental math, Le Chiffre. Kudos to you. But they would know how much money they spent on those options, and whatever they spent on it, whatever they bought them for, the value of that is now zero. You lost all of it. There would be no reason to do any math in your head because you already know exactly how much you paid for the options. It's silly.
For years he was involved with a man we knew as Le Chiffre, private banker to the world's terrorists. He invested their money and gave them access to it wherever they wanted. When they analysed the stock market after 9/11, the CIA discovered a massive shorting of airline stocks. When the stocks hit bottom on 9/12, somebody made a fortune. The same thing happened this morning with Skyfleet stock, or was supposed to.
Surprised here because me personally, if I had to choose between having the MI6 after me or having the SEC after me, I don't know. That would be a very tough decision. Now, here's the thing about the SEC. They are monitoring all these trades. So if they see this guy just got lucky a bunch of times in a row, he seems to never be wrong about what's happening in the future, that might raise some alarm bells on their side, and they say, hey, is this person doing insider trading? And then they'll investigate him. Le Chiffre is cheating here with international terrorism, obviously. So he knows what's going to happen to that share price based on the actions of his organization, right? Ooh, very, very evil manipulating financial markets like that. SEC typically brings up insider trading on a civil charge, not a criminal charge, which means it's an easier court case to land. Instead of proving your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, they just have to prove it is more likely than not that you're engaging in this type of activity. Now, they might not, in that civil case, they might not be able to put you in jail, but what they can do is take all of your money. And for Le Chiffre, apparently that's about as bad because he's a very money-motivated person here. So I don't think he would get away with this for very long, you definitely wouldn't be profitable at it for very long. With everything going on Reddit recently, a lot of folks are probably familiar with shorts. Shorts and puts are different ways to make money off of a stock price going down. Even though you're making money off of the stock price going down either way, puts and shorts are completely different financial instruments, and the movie is incorrectly using them interchangeably here. When you short a stock, you're borrowing a share of stock and selling it. You have to pay that person back with a share of stock. Ideally, the company goes completely bankrupt, the stock is worthless, you don't have to pay them back at all. That's one way to make a lot of money, shorting stock.
You keep your head about you. I think you have him.
Had. Excuse me.
You're not buying in?
No.
Listen, I'm bleeding chips. I'm not gonna last much longer. You have a better chance, I'll stake you. I'm saying I'll give you the money to keep going. Just one thing. If you pull it off, the CIA bring him in.
And what about the winnings?
Does it look like we need the money?
Okay, I'm going to disclaim really quickly that I've never worked for a spy agency. I've never audited a spy agency. I don't have any friends who have done accounting for a spy agency. But I can almost guarantee that this is not how it works. The government is normally a nightmare of bureaucracy to spend any money. You need approvals by multiple different levels. And for Felix to say, whatever, I really don't think that's going to happen. Not even in the U.S. government. It's just not realistic. Okay, time for the final realism score of this movie, and I hate to say it because I love the movie so much, but the accounting's not very realistic in it. They correctly describe what a put option is, but then everything else is kind of...
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy, so your mistake will be short-lived.
They would already know how much their put options cost them from going into the endeavor, and I just don't think that the U.S. government spends money that willy-nilly. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So I have to give them a final score of a C. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. That's what's going to allow me to make more of these videos in the future. And as a thank you in advance, here are some clips that remind me of busy season.